Friends, my name is CA Naresh Lakhani, and I am also a CPA from US and ICWAI or CMA. Today, I'm going to talk about US CPA for Indian students, including CAs, CMAs, and MBAs. So, just to give you an overview, just like CA in India, which has COP and can do practice of accountancy, taxation, do auditing and all that. Similarly, CPA or Certified Public Accountant is granted a license COP of the US. So they can do auditing, they are authorized to do auditing, accounting and taxation work. In some countries, it is called chartered accountancy, whereas in some countries, it is called CPA. Now, like any other education, CPA also has some requirements. So I would call it 3 E's. 3 E's are educational requirement. Obviously, you have to do some education. Then you have to take examination and also experience. It is very similar to what CAs in India have, like 3 years of training articleship. CPAs also have to do for most of the state, but the requirement is different for each state. To become CPA, candidate has to successfully clear all the exams conducted by AICPA, or which is also called American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. So it is a uniform accountancy or CPA exam conducted by AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. And there are about 55 jurisdictions, including 50 US states plus one District of Columbia, where all these examinations have been conducted in the past. Eligibility. So the first question usually most of the Indian students have, what is the eligibility requirement? Eligibility is different for different states, and you have to comply with the requirement of that particular state. Whereas experience, similarly experience also different states have different experience requirements. Also, all the 55 jurisdictions are member of NASBA, which is National Association of State Boards of Accountancy. This is actually of US. So all these states are member of it. And then there is AICPA, which conducts the exam. So states have some own rules, but exam is uniform, like Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has one rule, and also they have one exam. Here, exam is one conducted by AICPA, but the rules of experience or education before you go for CPA or you become CPA, are a little bit different and depends on state to state. Minimum educational requirement again, as I mentioned, is required or is jurisdiction of state and not of the center over AICPA. And only CPA can hold practice license of one state, but he can do job for other states. But his license has to be only for one state at a particular time. AICPA, there are online centers which are called Prometric centers across the US. Now in India also we have Prometric centers, and I am aware that there is one in Gurgaon as well. So CPA and also CPA candidates can take CPA exam all around the year. It's not like in CA where you have to take usually exam in May and November. Exceptions have been created during the COVID period, but here in CPA you can just go take an appointment of these Prometric centers and then take the exam, including the ones we have in India. CPA US examination is uniform for all the states, as I mentioned. So in order to qualify for CPA exam, you need to have 120 to 150 credit hours, depends on state to state. And credit hours somewhere are generated from your previous educational background. Some of the states have easier norms like Guam, Arizona, Oregon, And most of the CAs or MBAs from India take exam from that state, those states. And there is no exemption. Very, very common, question I hear from people that, sir, koi exemption hai? Is there any exemption for if I have done CA or if I have done MBA or CMA? There is no exemption. There are only 4 exams and you have to take all the 4 examination. There is no exemption for Indian students anywhere. Here are the name of 4 exam: auditing and attestation, business environment and concept, then financial accounting and reporting and regulation. All these are 4 hours each, and there are about different rules for MCQs and 8 task-based simulation. MCQ stands for multiple choice questions. So different have different requirements, but all of them are 4 hours. And also, as I mentioned, MCQs or multiple choice questions are 50%, and rest 50% is simulation, written communication, task, all these where you actually have to write. And you have to pass all these exams within 4 or within 18 months. If you pass 1 exam or 2 exam within 18 months span, but you did not pass or you could not pass the other 2, you will have to redo it. And also there are called testlets. It's like parts of the exam. During the testlets, you can take break also. So between one testlet to another testlet, you can take a break and you can continue to the next testlet. But you cannot go back to the testlet which you have completed, and within 4 hours, you have to take break. So your time of 4 hours will continue. Also, the marks, like in CA, we have 50% marks, and I believe 40% in each subject. Here, you have to obtain 75% marks in each subject. And so you get marks obviously from 0 to 100 or 99, depending on how you perform. As I mentioned, now India also you can take. The good advantages part of CPA is that the duration is shorter. So CPA you can do within 7 to 12 months if you are really good, if you have worked very hard, whereas CA we know that it is minimum 3 years. You need at least minimum 3 years to pass CA exam. And also let me tell you from my own experience, and also I have spoken to many other friends, CPA is much easier than CA examination. And also we have very good coaching centers in India as well now. Again, you can take exam in India now. Previously, you had to go to US and then they allowed it for Middle East or UAE. But again, now we have centers in India, which is a big advantage. And also pass percentage is approximately 50%, global pass percentage. I am sure Indian pass percentage would be even higher than 50%. So as I mentioned, there are many coaching centers who are providing coaching on various subjects. They also guide you on the eligibility criteria or which state could help you in getting admission, where there are easier norms, all those things, you can get. So these are some of the centers: Baker CPA Review, Miles CPA Review, Concord CPA, EduPrestine, Simanthar Education, IPFC. These are the one I'm aware. I don't know if new one has opened. So I'll just conclude quickly. CPA is equivalent to US equivalent of Indian CA. CPA centers are now available in India. Only 4 exams you need to clear. Duration of the exam, if you are good, really good, you can pass the exam within 6 to 12 months, vis-a-vis, minimum to minimum 3 years for CA. And comparatively, it is much easier than CA. I hope this information was helpful, and I will come soon with another video. Thank you. Bye-bye.